Welcome to the Stix episode 14. I'm Drew. This is obviously Aiden. We are ready to get going. To start off, since college is done and over with, we'll focus a lot more on the NBA today. Starting, as you may or may not know, the regular season ended this past Sunday, or I guess as we're recording yesterday. So here are the leaders. First in PPG, of course, Luka Doncic.
Luca
I don't know.
Dank.
Well, Dinkadank. I don't. Did he win? Now, did he win the scoring title? I don't. I would assume. I would have to assume so.
I think it was Embiid.
No,
No,
he
there's
was.
no way. There's no
Embiid was.
way.
Embiid was hurt. I mean, I'll go. I think it was Luka, but we'll see.
We'll figure
Because
it.
he.
It was Luca.
Yeah. So Luka wins the scoring title, and gets the most amount of points per game. And assists per game, to no one's surprise, Tyrese Halliburton, probably the best passer right now,
Yeah,
at least
he
that.
averaged 11 on the season.
Yeah, which is insane. Rebounds, I think, was a surprise to some people, not to me.
Domantas
Domantas
Sabonis.
Sabonis had a very good year rebounding the basketball, and this in his Kings team, we'll talk about a little bit more later. And then blocks per game, to absolutely no one's surprise. Oh, and it's
Victor
Victor
Wembanyama.
Wembanyama, someone who I feel like should definitely have a strong chance to win Defensive Player of the Year. I don't think he will.
I don't think he
However,
will either.
however, he definitely, if we're being honest, he probably should. What
Yeah,
do you average? 3 blocks a game?
3.5, I believe.
That's crazy. I don't care how tall you are.
Yeah, I saw a graphic. It was comparing Rudy Gobert's Defensive Player of the Year statistics when he won like
Yeah.
3 of them like 5 years ago. They
Mm-hmm.
compared his statistics to Wemby's, and Wemby was like ahead of him in by like 20 in both blocks and steals.
Who won it? Who won it last year? It was Joe
Jaren
Jr.
Jackson,
Jr.
Triple J.
Yeah, Triple J. But of course, now that now the regular season is ended, we have the playoffs, in which both of our teams have made one a lot more easier than the other. As you
Yeah.
can see from left to right, we have the play-in, which starts Tuesday. I don't know who exactly plays Tuesday. Or no, actually, I do know. I think it's the 7-8s. But so we have the Pelicans and the Lakers playing in the play-in,
Hmm.
and the winner of that gets the Nuggets. And then we have Kings Warriors, and the winner or the winner of that plays the loser of Pelicans Lakers to get the 8th seed. So if I had to make a decision, I feel like I don't know. The Pelicans Lakers game is a tough choice because
Yeah.
yesterday the Lakers blew them out the water. Thank you, by the way, Lakers. We'll talk to that about that in a second. But they blew them out the water. And so it's really a toss up because LeBron and AD in the playoffs, as long as they stay healthy, are very, very, very good team. I want to lean towards the Lakers, but my gut tells me Pelicans. So I'm gonna go Pelicans to face the Nuggets in the 2 seed game. What do you
Personally, I think that LeBron has been playing like out of his mind recently.
mm-hmm.
I mean, he's defying, I mean, everything that everything that anyone knows about a 40-year-old athlete.
Yeah.
I
He's
mean,
going
I don't
crazy.
I don't want to like I don't want to like go Mr. Tom Brady all over him, but I mean, what you're seeing with LeBron has never been done before at this age.
No, definitely.
I
Definitely
saw
not.
I saw a statistic. It was combining all of LeBron's points from this past season,
Mm-hmm.
and then it combined every other NBA player who has played in their 21st season. It was like Dirk, Vince Carter, and Kevin Garnett. combine all of their 21st season points, and he was still higher than them combined. Which I was like, this is crazy. This is something we've never seen before. Someone being this good for this long, and like low key, it's putting the goat, um, the little goat argument. I'm kind of scared about it because I don't really know. I really don't know. But I personally, I think that the Lakers win and move on to play the Nuggets. And then the Kings Warriors game, I like Curry in the playoffs. Yeah, sure they're not the same team they used to be. Obviously, they're a 10th seed, but I like Curry in the playoffs. I just don't think the Kings have enough playoff experience because they just
I
get
agree.
bounced every year in the
And
first round
by the Warriors last
by
year,
the
which
Warriors.
that series was probably one of the best series in the whole entire playoffs last year. So it's
Yeah.
definitely going to be a really close game. I just think you can't bet against Curry in the playoffs.
Apparently, you can bet against Klay Thompson, though.
Yeah.
Last year I don't remember if it was 7 or 8, but the 7 or 8 seed Lakers made it to the conference championship. And obviously that's because LeBron in the playoffs. And I think
Yeah.
you have the same argument because the Warriors are only 2 years removed from beating the shit out of the cut it out, beating the crap out of the Celtics in the
Hey
finals.
man, take it easy. Take it easy.
But I think that the Warriors probably make it through and play OKC in the 8 seed. And I'll go ahead and jump the gun here. I think we get an 8-1 upset on our hands. I do think
I
that we have an 8-1 upset.
I think it's very possible.
I think it's the same argument for the Kings in the sense that they have a very young team and there's not much playoff experience there. And yes, the OKC Thunder are amazing, but they are very inexperienced in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Um, you agree? That's
Yeah, I like the Thunder all and I've liked them. The Thunder are my West Coast team
yeah,
basically since Westbrook.
of
Um
course.
yeah, and I'll always cheer for Westbrook. So that Clippers Mavs series will be cinema. Um but I really like this Thunder team. I don't think the Warriors I think the Thunder could win this series, but I think the Warriors would be a tough matchup for them.
hmm
But I think if they get the Kings, then it's just an easy win. It's like an
And
easy like gentleman sweep for the Thunder.
moving on to that Clippers Mavs series, probably gonna be the best series of the first round if I had to pick
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Um, I think that in the story, if the Clippers stay healthy, if they get all of their guys to stay healthy, they win this series.
Yeah.
But the Clippers have always had injury struggle. And so
They have
we're
to
gonna
keep that
see
that
if they keep
core
the core
healthy.
healthy. If they keep the core healthy, I see them maybe getting out in 6. But if they get hurt, this could be a 7-game series and could be a
Yeah.
gentleman's. It really depends if any of those guys get hurt, and that includes Westbrook because he's huge for the team. Regardless, he's not a star, but I mean
Yeah.
he can give you a triple double
Easy. Every night he could
every
if he
night.
really wanted
He can
to.
give you a 10-10-10 game.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll probably go Clips in 6 if I had to make a prediction there.
Yeah, I like the Clippers in this one. I just think every year the Mavs kind of like fizzle out. I mean,
hmm
and granted, this year they have probably the best probably the best backcourt in the NBA, if I had to say,
Yeah.
with Luca and Kyrie. Um, but I mean, other than them two, they really don't have a lot of help. Um, whereas the Clippers have just like four big names on their team, which 5 years ago, that if this was the
Somebody
team, everyone would have been like, oh,
championship.
okay,
Championship.
championship for LA
Easy,
immediately. But
easy.
I don't know. I like the Clippers. I don't know how long it's
hmm
gonna go, but I think the Clippers will win this series.
I will always be a Clippers lover just because I like their core. A team that I obviously love, my 6 seed Suns over here. Um, of course, the Suns are my favorite team, and we barely snuck in thanks to I think this is actually kind of funny. We needed the Pelicans to beat the Lakers, and we needed to beat the Timberwolves, and both those things happened. So we sneak into the six. And if you look
No,
at the playoff,
you needed the Lakers to beat the
that's what I
Pelicans.
meant. That's what I meant. The Lakers beat the Pelicans, and if you look at the playoffs, that's exactly what these matchups are. You have the Lakers playing the Pelicans, and the Timberwolves playing the Suns. Um, and so this the Timberwolves are also somewhat inexperienced. Um, obviously and I think that at their best, obviously, I mean they were right there to get a 1 seed, but the Suns beat them by like
Yeah.
20. The
I mean, it
Suns
was
have
the race for the first seed in the West was crazy because you had the
hmm
top three seeds all tied with the same record
hmm
going into the
this
last day of games.
uh-huh.
So
The Suns have Kevin Durant he has 2 championships under his belt. He's obviously one of
yeah,
if
but
not the best scorer of all time. They had Devin Booker. I mean, this Bradley Beal has some playoff experience. They have a top three that definitely, as we saw yesterday, beat a fully healthy Timberwolves team. However, I I I want to say Suns take this series, but I feel like in a 7-game series, we probably get 2 on the Timberwolves. I think the Timberwolves win in 6 or 7. That's my unbiased
yeah,
opinion.
I
I would love to be wrong though.
I like the matchups in this with Anthony Edwards and Devin Booker. I mean,
Hmm
and then obviously the backcourt of the Timberwolves and Karl Anthony Towns and Rudy Gobert.
Hey, don't count Nurk. Don't count out Nurkic.
Yeah, but he's off
Don't
the
count.
bench.
No, he's
Or
not.
no, Nurch. Sorry, bro. Sorry, ignore me. Nurkic is not off the bench.
Yeah,
Nurkic is.
we don't have any. We
Okay,
have like
but look,
like
but
a
I'm not gonna
Thaddeus Young.
lie. I don't think Nurkic stands up against both of them.
I mean,
Um,
yesterday.
okay.
And
But
a
still,
must-win game. You can't even say some crap about that. About they didn't care for that last game because that was a 1 seed possible game, and
yeah,
they freaking fumbled the bag.
yeah.
So
I
let
still like the Timberwolves. I think Anthony Edwards is one of the new outstanding young players in this league. So I like the Timberwolves in this series.
Yeah, and short, I don't know about your opinion, but in my opinion, short and sweet. I feel like the Nuggets handle whoever they play in like 5.
Yeah.
I think that the
Yeah, I
Nuggets
think
are probably the team out of the
yeah.
West.
The Nuggets are probably the juggernaut out the West. Granted, I do think if they get LeBron first round, we could see this like a long series.
Well, it wasn't long last year.
I know,
Let's
but
see. On to the East. First first.
one thing I will say
Mhm.
about this Eastern Conference is if the Hawks make the playoffs, I'm terrified of the Hawks, first of all. The Hawks have the Celtics number, have had it all season, especially late in the season. We've blown multiple games to them. We blew like a 30-point lead to them like 2 weeks ago. Um,
Yeah.
anyways,
Uh,
the Hawks are 36 and 46. If they make the playoffs,
And then I
I
yeah,
if a
crazy.
36 and 46 team makes the playoffs, I think I might be done.
hmm
Um,
But Aiden's more scared of that 8 seed. That
no,
eighth.
no, 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 no. They can't even get matched up against us.
Yes, they can.
Oh, yes, they can. Oh, they so can.
So what I'm gonna tell you exactly what's gonna happen here. So the Hawks are gonna beat the Bulls, right? The Hawks are going to, and then the Sixers are gonna handle the
The
Heat,
Heat, and
and
then
then the Heat are gonna beat the Hawks, and we're gonna see the Heat play the Celtics. Which if y'all watching at home have watched basketball in the past like 2 3 years, you'll know that majority of the time, uh, the Heat have the Celtics number. Jimmy Butler is a Celtics fan's nightmare. There's not
yeah,
many players that are better than Jimmy Butler. And like I said, we said this is actually
in
the
the
same
playoffs, Jimmy Butler in the
in the playoffs.
playoffs.
We said it was the same thing last week. And then those random dudes on the bench that will come in and just start shooting lights out. I mean, Duncan Robinson is in for a series. Um, No,
Yeah.
I do think that the Celtics are such a juggernaut that I almost want to say they too easily get out of the East. I feel like it. I don't even think that
There's this
I don't think it'll be much of a. I think they win every series in either a sweep
yeah.
or at very most a 6 game
Yeah.
series, and
If you
and that's
look at the standings, the Celtics finished the season with 64 wins, and the 2 seed Knicks, which I think is outlandish. The Knicks are a 2 seed, 50. We're 14 games ahead of the second seed,
like
which is crazy.
look at this East slate and tell me that you expected anyone besides like the Cavs or the
For the
Bucks
Bucks.
to make the playoffs this year. No one saw the Magic doing what they did. I mean, the Knicks, we knew the Knicks were a good team, but not 2 seed, which they shouldn't have been.
The
If you don't
Pacers are a
know,
surprise.
the Pacers are surprised at 6. So it's pretty much just at this point for me at least. And I'm no huge analyst, but for me at this point, it's just who makes out of the West to play the Celtics. Um,
Yeah,
I think
because
that
the West is going to be a gauntlet.
yes,
Whoever comes out of
and
there is going to have battle
the
scars.
Celtics might benefit from that because, like we have said ever since we started talking about the NBA 3 or so months ago, this is the Celtics' year, and if they don't get it, I don't know when they do. If they do,
Hey man,
because
we actually just re-signed
yeah
Drew Holiday for 4 years.
they did resign Drew Holiday, but you have to think you have to pay all those players, and a huge reason for the Celtics' success is players like, as we like to call him, Fast PP Peyton Pritchard, who had almost a 38-point triple double yesterday against the Wizards.
He had 9 rebounds.
Yeah, Ned 9 rebounds, almost had triple double. And they have those bench players, which Derek White's a bench player, right? Yes. Derek White's a bench player, right?
No,
Oh,
he
Jalen's a
starts.
3. Okay. But I mean, guys like that, like you cannot pay those guys when you're paying Jalen Brown the biggest contract in the league, and correct me if I'm wrong, do they still have to pay Tatum, or is Tatum already under
Tatum's
extension?
on a deal.
Okay.
We're set up for like
Um,
the next 4 years to have the same
okay.
core.
Yeah. But I mean, trust me, I know as a Suns fan that you need a bench. You need more than just a core 3 players. So we're
The
gonna
Celtics
see.
have that. Celtics have that.
Yeah, but you never know.
Dude,
Money.
literally like 5 days ago, we played the Charlotte Hornets, and none of our starters played. Our top 6 guys sat out. Literally,
Thank
Drew
you.
Holiday, Derek White, Jalen Brown, Jason Tatum, Porzingis, and Al Horford.
You're proving my point. I don't know if you know that.
All sat out.
You're
You
proving my
said
point for me. You have to have
anyways,
more. You have to have more than a core of players. You need a bench, and
yeah.
obviously you'll have a bench. But I'm saying if you don't win it this year, who's to say y'all can pay all that bench all that money? Because
Peyton Pritchard's gonna get a bag eventually.
like I said with the Suns, when you're paying Pritchard and you're dropping 38-point triple doubles, teams are going to want to pay you. And as we know, money talks. So Peyton Pritchard could go sign a 3-year deal with the Dallas Mavericks. That was the first thing I saw on the graphic. The Dallas Mavericks to go play point guard
I
if
mean,
Kyrie decides to call it quits. So you never know. This is
yeah,
the Celtics' year to win it all, and I think
hopefully.
now we're gonna do more as we're gonna update y'all as the series go on. So by next Monday, or by when this episode is posted on Thursday, the playoff will be official because these playing games should be over.
Yeah.
Um, so y'all will know what the full playoff bracket is, and we'll go over that playoff bracket a little bit more in depth when it officially comes out. Because right now, really focusing on playing. Um, but yeah, that's it for NBA for right now. Well, like I said, we'll go in a lot more in depth in the coming weeks. Um, Baseball. I forgot to put baseball before I start talking about the Nets, but the Mets actually had a good week. They've won 3 straight series against the Reds, the Braves, and the Royals, which the Royals sounds like a bad series to win, but the Royals actually came into the game winning the first game of the series, winning 7 straight. So they were a pretty hot team.
Yeah.
They have a winning record even right now. And the Mets win all those series, dropping 1 in each. They still are like 7-8 right now because we started 0-5. We started 0-5, and so it was really a struggle, but we've been hot since. And Brett Beatty, pictured on the right there, is looking very, very good. Someone that's not looking very good, my boy Francisco Lindor, and it's because there's predominantly righty pitchers in the league, and he being a switch hitter bats left. And I'll maybe say some splits. I don't know them right now, but I can tell you from just watching games, he cannot hit batting lefty. He just sucks batting lefty. It's really bad, but he can hit righty. He has no problem batting righty, but he just can't hit lefty. And so what I'm petitioning Francisco Lindor, if you're watching this right now, please switch to being only a righty. It's beneficial for the team. We have good lefties like Brett Beatty and Jeff McNeil and Brandon Nimmo. We don't need you to try to get a favorable matchup. I know you're a switch hitter. Either that or please get in the pen and figure out how to bat lefty. Because as of today, you're batting like 123 on the year.
I mean, that's better than it was.
It's better than it was. It was 0.34 last week. He went 2 for 4 yesterday. But
Hell yeah.
still, we have the Pirates, and the Pirates are also one of those teams that like no one expected to be good. But go Mets, baby. A team that did not have the best week, ended off on a somewhat good note. The Boston Red Sox, not the best week,
Yeah.
but they get a win. They get a win to stay over 500.
We finally get our home opening win. We get our first win at home.
You put the Orioles
Unfortunate. That was the Angels. That was the Angels.
though. Oh,
Unfortunately, Trevor Story. I'm not
picture on the
completely
left.
sure. Yeah, picture on the left here in this picture. Unfortunately, it appeared to be a shoulder injury. I'm not too
It's always
sure on what it
something.
is, but
Trevor Story can't
Trevor's
stay healthy.
he can't stay healthy. When we signed him, I was like, oh my God, Trevor Story coming to Boston? Are you
Because you're
kidding
sucking
me?
for the Rockies.
Yeah, because he was fantastic with the Rockies and teaming him up on that left side of the infield with Raffy.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, holy crap, we're so back. And at the time we had Xander Bogaerts, so our infield was crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what he did. Was it like a last year? It was like a UCL, I think, or it was
I'm
something.
not I'm not too sure. I saw the play and it appeared to be a shoulder injury because he dove for the ball and he landed like here.
Well, I meant so last year when he had some type of season-ending injury. I don't remember what it was, but it was early in the year as
Yeah.
well. I think, like I said, I
Yeah.
think it was a UCL, which required Tommy John, which is usually what we
Yeah.
see pitchers get. Speaking of, this is unrelated, but speaking of pitchers that hurt, something their UCL, Spencer Strider. If you saw something about that, but Spencer Strider like tore something in I think he tore his UCL, and
That's no
it's
good.
unknown. It's unknown if he's getting Tommy John, but he's out for the year, and that is a huge, huge,
It's a
huge
huge
loss
loss.
for the Braves, who
Yeah.
are looking for their second World Series in the past five or so years.
But
And
it's
he's
cool
like,
though, because they got Chris Sale, who's probably gonna need another Tommy John surgery by the end of this year.
honestly, I mean, how many can you get? But
What is
yeah.
up, man? The or not Patriots, the Red Sox players and got the injury bug.
Yeah, they do have the injury bug, and I just also very unrelated. Looking at this picture just reminds me of how much I hate these baseball jerseys. God,
Okay,
look how small that lettering is.
I know, I know.
Did you see Bryce Harper pull out a jersey from That's so I love Bryce Harper. He's like
Yeah.
top 5 my favorite players in the league, and he's a Philly, so that says something.
Okay,
And he's been a national.
back on the Red Sox.
Sorry,
We
got
started the
sidetracked.
season, I believe, 7-3 through our
Mm-hmm.
first 10.
Yeah.
Um, we then dropped to 7-7 after after losing, what is it? 3, 4 straight. We lost 4 straight. We got
getting ready. Yeah.
yeah, we lost 3 straight to the Orioles and then the Angels, and then we won 2 in a row against the Angels. But we're getting absolutely smacked right now. Actually, the game
Yep.
just
As
ended.
it just ended as we
As
spoke,
we're recording,
which is
the
funny because
Guardians shut out the Red Sox 6-0.
if you remember last week, we actually were recording during the middle of a Red Sox game as well. So it just seemed that the Red Sox
It was
love
like,
to play during our
yeah,
recording times, and so that's just funny. But
yeah.
Cutter Crawford, who I think has one of the best names in the MLB, actually
It's a pretty
pitched a
fire name.
pretty good game. And now I couldn't tell you if he has a cutter. He has to have a cutter. There's no way he does not have it. He has to be able to throw a cutter,
He
or
has
else
to.
he has to be able to throw a cutter. Which it's spelled. His name is spelled K, and Kutter, not
Yeah.
like the actual pitch, which is just spelled
Yeah.
Cutter. But I'm just getting real sidetracked here.
Unfortunately, the Red Sox just dropped to 9-8. So,
Better than the
yeah.
7-8 that the Mets are. They they either lost or our games get rained out. It really is in
Yeah.
between. But that about wraps up MLB. We do have an immaculate
An
grid to
immaculate
do
grid.
real quick. Oh, alrighty. So I obviously right off the bat, CJ Gardner Johnson is the first player that comes to mind, but
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do that quite yet.
Um,
I'm trying to
Lions
think.
300 yards passing. Dan Orlovsky.
Do you think he ever had that in a year?
I don't know. I'm just gonna. I hope so. As an NFL quarterback.
You know what? Let's just go for win because last week we didn't get it. So
Okay.
let's just go.
I'm
Let's just
gonna
go for
check
a
it
win.
though. I'm gonna check it though.
We're gonna go for a win here in this.
Okay, but last week we were cheated out of a win. Sean Wade played for the Patriots and the Ravens. I don't
All
care.
right. Well, look at that guy. Look at my boy CJ Anderson.
CJ. Oh, I hate CJ Anderson.
Panther, great. Eagles and Texans. I think he's a linebacker. I'm trying to think of his name, but I'm trying to think of maybe a Eagle and a Texan. Who played for the Eagles and Texans? Oh wait, oh this might be a snipe. Hold on. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm trying to think of other names. But there's
Okay,
a
good thing we didn't
punter.
go Dan Orlovsky because his highest was 1,600 to 1,600 yards.
1600.
1,600 yards. Yeah.
Oh, there's a punter.
Brock Osweiler, Broncos, Texans.
Broncos, Texans, Brock Osweiler.
Or no. Do Brock Osweiler for Texans 3,000 yards, and then do Philip Lindsay for Texans Broncos.
All right, well, here's a name for you.
Cameron Johnston.
Punter, by the way. It's a punter, by the way.
Okay. Do Philip Lindsay in the middle here, and then Brock Osweiler. How do you spell Philip Lindsay? Just do Lindsay.
Philip
There you go.
Lindsay.
And then
Brock
Brock
Osweiler.
Osweiler.
Are you sure
right
that
there.
Brock Osweiler?
Brock Osweiler had to have. He was the starting quarterback.
When I just David Carr, you ruined it for us, buddy.
There's no way Brock Osweiler didn't do that. No, just skip that one. Just skip that one because we could still do that.
Yeah. So
There
we're just
has to
gonna
be such
be
an easy name. Yeah, Deshaun Jackson.
oh, fart, what's his name? It's like in my head, but I just can't. Well, CJ Anderson also fits for that, but oh god.
Does he?
Yeah.
CJ Anderson play for the Rams?
Mm-hmm. Trying to think here.
There's got to be someone recent who did this.
What about like didn't Eric Decker play for the Rams and Broncos? I want to say.
No,
But
Eric Decker played for the Jets and the Titans and the
he played for
Broncos.
he played for the, but I swear he played for the Rams at one point. I guess I'm just tripping.
Um, Here I could check you.
Well, I
There's,
don't.
that is hard. Um,
I know I'm overthinking it. I know for a fact I'm overthinking it.
Eric Decker.
There's definitely someone is like, oh my God, there's a player, and there's
Nope.
a player.
Eric Decker did not play for the Rams.
I don't know why I thought Eric Decker played for the Rams. Oh my God, we're so stupid.
Oh God.
All right,
Oh my
well,
God.
for the record, we're just gonna say like Jared Goff for this next. So let's just see who the most like Kurt Warner fun, yeah. D'Amico Ryans. I forgot.
Oh,
Uh that's crazy. Bro, it makes you feel better. Brock Osweiler was the most popular answer for that tier. But yeah, that's back to back.
there was only 8 possible solutions for the bottom right.
That's back to back weeks now that we have
Sorry, guys. Sorry.
failed.
I really had more faith in Brock Osweiler.
And whatevs. All right, y'all. That wraps it up for the Stix episode 14. We appreciate y'all watching. We will catch y'all next Thursday. Peace.